Good morning, learners and viewers. Welcome to the session of Logistics and Supply Chain Management, that is MMPO005. We will start with the introduction, that is Logistics and Supply Chain Management. A supply chain may be considered as a group of organizations connected by a series of trading relationships. This group covers the logistics and manufacturing activities from raw material to the final consumer. Each organization in the chain procures and then transforms material into intermediate or final products and distribute these to the customers. The supply chain can be defined as the integral management of the company's various logistical stages, such as material procurement, production, storage, distribution, and customer service. Supply chain concept should be seen as a whole, that is, the entire system, from the origin of procurement to the final consumption of the goods or services. The main objective of supply chain management is to monitor and relate production, distribution, and shipment of products and services. And this can be done by companies with a very good and tight hold over internal inventories, production, distribution, internal productions, and sales. The concept of supply chain is not new. We have moved from the physical distribution to the logistics management and then to supply chain management. This major difference seems to be that the supply chain management is the preferred name for the actualization of integrated logistics, with it acting as an enabler. It is now possible to have an integrated process view about the logistics and all allied processes related to the business. Ideally, the supply chain should be a seamless chain, as we can see from the following figure. It is basically related to raw material, which comes under material flow chain, and the second end is end customer, which is related somewhat related to product ordering chain, and they are all interconnected among their things. The importance of logistics can be gained from the fact that logistics and supply chain management costs are in the range of 10 to 15% of the GDP of developing countries, while it is around 18 to 20% for developed countries. The concept of integrated logistics consists of two interrelated efforts. First one is logistics operation. Logistic operation can be basically clubbed into physical distribution management, materials management, and internal inventory transfer. Secondly, the other one is logistics coordination. Logistic coordination pertains to forecasting, order processing, operational planning, and product procurement of MRP. This integration is affected through effective information flows. Now, we will look through the definitions which are provided by different people associated with the subject. The design and management of seamless, value-added process across organizational boundaries to meet the real needs of the end customer. This is proposed by Institute for Supply Management. And if you talk about Christopher, way back in 1998, he defined the supply chain as the network of organizations that are involved through upstream, downstream linkage in the different processes and activities that produce value in the form of products and services in the hands of the ultimate customer. Secondly, second definition was proposed by Hanfield and Nicholas, that too in 1999. A supply chain encompasses all activities associated with the flow and transformation of goods from the raw material stage through the end user, as well as associated information flows. What are the key benefits of supply chain management? It develops better customer relationship and services, creates better delivery mechanism for products and services in demand with the minimum delay, improves productivity and business functions, minimizes warehouse and transportation costs, also minimizes direct and indirect costs associated with the products and services. It assists in achieving shipping of right product to the right place and at the right time. Enhances inventory management, supporting the successful execution of just-in-time stock models. Assist companies in adapting to the challenges of globalization, economic upheavals, expanding customer expectations, and related differences. It assists companies in minimizing waste, driving out costs, and achieving efficiencies throughout the supply chain process. That means we can see that it's all related to the activities. Now, how this figure shows what is logistics and SCS. We can see on the website that it is input into logistics, which includes natural resources, human resources, financial resources, and information resources. These combined together works for raw material, processes inventory, fresh goods, then it goes to the customers. That is related to output of the logistics. That is marketing operation orientations, time, place, utility, efficient movement to customer, and proprietary assets. And here everything is being monitored and the actions are taken by the management, which includes in the form of planning, implementation, and control. What are the different logistic activities? It is relevant, it is customer service, demand forecasting, distribution communication, inventory control, material handling, order processing, parts and service support, plant and warehouse site selection, procurement, packaging, return goods handling, salvage and scrap disposal, and traffic and transportation. These are the different components of the logistics management. What are the representative list of logistic elements of for a firm? If we talk about facility location, that means they will be determining location, number and size of facilities needed, and allocation of demands to facilities. Transportation, what will be the mode and service selection, carrier, routing, and vehicle sharing. Inventory, how much is the stock, what policy the organization is to follow, and its record keeping, supply scheduling, and short-term sales forecasting. And if we talk about the different component that is customer service, then how to cooperate with marketing in determining if customer needs and wants for the services, in determining customer response to services, and order processing and information flow, sales order procedure, information collection, storage and manipulation, and data analysis. Warehouse and material handling, which includes space determination, stock layout, material handling in equipment selection, stock storage and retrieval, and equipment replacement policies. Protection, packing, design for handling, storage, protection. And then comes production, which cooperates with production in specifying aggregate production quantities, sequencing, and timing of production. What is the role of logistics in the economy? Logistics play a key role in the economy in two different ways. Firstly, logistics is the major expenditure for business, and logistic expenditure account for around 15 to 20% of the GDP. Thus, by improving the efficiency, logistics make an important contribution to the economy as well. And secondly, logistics supports the movement and flow of many economic transactions. It is an important activity in facilitating the sale of virtually all goods and services. After that, goods do not, if goods do not arrive at time, customers cannot buy them. If goods do not arrive at the proper place or in proper condition, no sales can be made. Thus, all economic activities throughout the supply chain will suffer. One of the fundamental ways that logistics add value is by creating utility. From an economic standpoint, utility represents the value of usefulness that an item of service has in fulfilling a want or need. There are four types of utility, namely form, possession, time, and place. Form utility is the process of creating the good or services or putting them in proper form for the use of the customer. Possession utility is the value added to a product or service because the customer is able to take actual possessions like credit, arrangement, and loans. These two utilities are not directly related to logistics, but these are not possible without getting the right item needed for consumption or production to the right place at the right time and in the right condition, and that too at the right cost. Time and place utilities are directly related to logistics. Time utility is the value added by having an item when it is needed. Place utility is the item or service available when it is. The five rights of logistics are the essence of two utilities provided by logistics: time, place, utility. Logistics and competitive performance. Today, logistics department appears on the organization chart of many large organizations, linking logistics activity directly to organization strategic plan. Can work effectively to support their organizations for achieving competitive advantage. Porter user a tool called the value chain, as it is shown in the figure, to separate buyers, suppliers, and a firm into the discrete but interrelated activities from which value stems. The value chain concept may be used to identify and understand the specific source of competitive advantage and how they are related to buyer value. Value is the amount a customer is willing to pay for the services provided by an organization. And value added is the difference between what the customer pays and the cost to the organization in providing that product or service. Porter defines the five categories of primary activity involved in completing in industry are company's infrastructure, organization, people, system and technology, procurement, and then comes the logistics. That is inbound logistics, operation, outbound logistics, marketing, sales, and service. For the top four, that is company infrastructure, organization, people, system and technology procurement, we need support activity. And if we talk about the primary activity, it is related to the inbound logistics operation, outbound logistics, marketing, sales, and service. This is the concept which was proposed by Porter. Inbound logistic activities are associated with receiving, storing, and dismantling input to the product. If we talk about the operations, it is the activity associated with transforming input into the final product. Outbound logistics, it is the activity associated with collecting, storing, and physical distribution of the product to buyers. And marketing and sales, these are the activities associated with providing a means by which buyers can purchase the product and inducing them to do so by advertising, promotion, etc. And the last part is the service. It is the activity associated with providing service to enhance and maintain the value of the product, such as installation, repairs, etc. A model of the evolution of supply chain is shown in the figure. The integration starts with the baseline organization, that is the stage one, with a reasonably informal approach to management by departments. This level of evolution involves the processing of material requirements and planning routines that are short-term in nature. The material inventories simply arise in response to reactive management practices. The key requirement of employees is to react to failure and manage at the best they can. Then your stage two is organizational, reflects the tradition from supply management. The business department stands to cooperate autonomously. The stage two organization is focused on the annual budget allocation and departmental cost management. For the purchasing function, this implies seeking out the lowest price provider of material requirements, often through a process of tendering, the use of power, and the constant switching of supply sources to prevent getting close to any individual source. If we talk about stage three, that is organization is internally integrated and as much as greater level of interest in materials flow processes from suppliers to customers rather than the trade overall approach of the earlier performance. The organization has integrated the aspects of the internal supply chain that it can influence and control. Stage 4 company has begun to realize the benefits of the true supply chain management and the ability to synchronize all activities within the factory and to the interface the factory with its suppliers and customers. Under these conditions, the collaborative and participative integral environment is extended upstreams and downstreams, and the planning of supply chain management is recognized further. The factory is customer oriented instead of product oriented and seeks to partner with key customers and suppliers in order to better understand how to provide value and customer service. This form of company has full improvement processes within the organization that are encapsulated in medium terms plans for the organization and its supply chain. Now, that is how this we talked about the different stages. Now we can see that stage one baseline is purchasing, material control, production, sales, distribution. Second stage is functional integration, which includes all the three departments, that is the materials management, manufacturing management, and distribution management are interlinked. Then comes your internal integration. Internal integration between these three departments. Then comes your external integration because again these three departments will be involved, but now the, the facility they were, who will be using it has been changed. If you take in terms of material management, it is related to suppliers. If it is related to manufacturing management, it is internal supply chain in the organization. And if it is related to distribution management, it is with the customers. This is how the stages are related amongst themselves. Now, physical distribution management, that is PDM. There are many decisions that must be taken when a company organizes a channel or network of intermediaries who take responsibility for the management of goods as they move from producer to the consumer. Each channel member must be carefully selected, and the company must decide what type of relationship it seeks with each of its intermediary partners. Having established such a network, the organization must consider how these goods can be efficiently transferred in the physical sense from the place of manufacture to the place of control. Physical distribution management, what we call it as PDA, is concerned with ensuring the product is in right place and at the right time. It is recognized that PDM is a critical area of overall supply chain management. Business logistical techniques can be applied to PDM so that the cost and customer satisfactions are optimized. There is a little point in making large savings in the cost of distribution if it is for local. Sales are lost because of customer dissatisfaction. What are the components of PDM? There are four principal components of PDM that are order processing, stock level or inventory, warehousing, and transportation. Now, what is meant by order processing? Order processing is the first of the four stages in the logistical process. The efficiency of order processing has a direct effect on lead times. Orders are received from the sales team through the sales department. This is an agreement between the buyer and the seller to supply a particular product or commodity as and when required without the necessities of negotiating a new contract every time an order is placed. Order processing systems should function quickly and accurately. When buyers review the suppliers, efficiency of order processing is an important factor in their evaluation. A good computer system for order processing allows stock levels and delivery schedule to be automatically updated so management can rapidly obtain an accurate view of the sales position. Accuracy is an important objective of order processing, as are procedures that are designed to shorten the order processing cycle. We can take up an example of very simple example of there are distributors, there are warehouses, they are all associated with among themselves. If we talk about uh, showroom which is related to a bike, in that case, whenever a particular vehicle is sold by the particular showroom, but they are being networked and they are all interrelated. As soon as a vehicle is purchased or they sell a vehicle, that information simultaneously reflects everywhere in the network of the customers or showroom owners at the warehouse and that too at the uh, factory unit. Then comes your inventory. Inventory or stock management is a critical area of review because stock levels have a direct effect on levels of service and customer satisfaction. The optimal stock level is a function of the type of market in which the company operates. Stock represents opportunity cost that occurs because of constant competition for the company's limited resources. If the company's marketing strategy requires that high stock levels are maintained, this should be justified by a profit distribution that will exceed the extra stock carrying cost. Then comes your warehouse. Many companies function adequately with their own on-site warehouses, from where goods are dispatched direct to the customer. When a firm markets goods that are ordered regularly but in small quantities, it becomes more logical to locate warehouse strategically around the country. You might have heard all FMCGs are having warehouses. Transportation can be carried out in bulk from the place of manufacture to respective warehouses, where stock waits ready for further distribution to the customer. This system is used by large retail chains, except that the warehouse and transportations are owned and operated by them by logistics. Transportation usually represents the bulk of distribution cost. It is usually easy to calculate it because it can be related directly to the weight or number of units. Cost must be carefully controlled through the mode of transport selected amongst alternatives, and these can be constantly reviewed. Basically, transportation medium what is normally followed is by road, by air, and in some cases by ship. The chosen transportation mode should adequately protect goods from damage in transit. That means a factor just mentioned makes air flight popular over long routes or less packaging is needed than for long sea voyages. Not only do damaged goods erode profits, but frequent claims increase insurance premiums and inconvenience to customers and lingering future business. The system or total approach to PDM has been neglected in the past. A fragmented or disjointed approach to PDM is a principal cause of failure to provide satisfactory service and causes excessive costs. PDM is concerned with ensuring that the individual efforts that go to make up the distributive functions are optimized so that a common objective is realized. This is called a system approach to distribution management, and a major feature of PDM is that these functions be integrated. To plan an efficient logistics structure, it is necessary to be aware of the interaction between the different distribution costs and how they vary with respect to the different depot alternatives, that is related to number, size, time, and location. This figure demonstrates how the individual distribution and logistics cost elements can break up the total logistics cost. Along the x-axis we have number of depots and along y-axis we have cost. The different costs which are included are tracking cost, inventory cost, storage cost, system cost, and local delivery cost. Now, when we are going to club all this, at the top we are going to see that total distribution cost component comes. Storage costs will increase as the number of depots will increase because there will be a need for more stock coverage, more stock space, and more management, etc. To the work will be required. Delivery cost, this will concern with the secondary transportation cost. That is the cost of delivery from depot to the customer. The greater the number of depots, the lesser is the secondary mileage and the delivery cost. Trunking cost, this is the primary cost in the supply of products in bulk to the depots from the central finished warehouses or production plants. As the number of depot increases, the cost will also increase. Inventory cost. The main element of inventory cost are capital cost, the cost for physical stock, that is the financing charges, which the current cost of capital may come. Service cost, that is the stock management and insurance cost. Risk cost, which occurs through privilege, deterioration of stock, damage and stock obsolescence. And then comes your system costs. These costs represents a variety of information or communication requirements ranging from the order processing to load assembly list. Now, what are the principles of supply chain? That means, how does SCM work? The supply chain management is viewed as a system that links an enterprise with its customer and suppliers. This information is refined through planning, include specific manufacturing and purchasing objectives. SCM is an integrated approach that is highly interactive and complex and requires simultaneous consideration of many trade-offs. SCM is the management of all key business processes across a number of supply chains. Successful SCM requires a change from managing individual function to integrating activities into key supply chain processes. Now, how supply chain system works, how it is related. Because we had been discussing that it is between two things, that is the customer and the suppliers. Now we can see that how suppliers and customers are related. That means value and inventory flow is there. And requirement information flow is from customer to the supplier. And in between, the enterprise component is physical distribution, manufacturing support, and purchasing. These all five are interrelated amongst themselves because they are getting the feedback on continuous basis. The key processes for the integrated SCM are customer relationship management. This is the process to identify the key customers. As the customers are moving to center stage, more companies have begun to treat a customer as a value independent entity. The companies no longer view sales as selling of their products, but as selling of relationships, solutions, support, and care. Customer relationship teams develop and implement partnering programs with key customers, product and service agreements specifying the levels of performance and established with these key customers. Customer service management. Increased and intense competition all around have made customer service as the key differentiator in a marketing system. Customer service provides the single source of customer information. It provides the customer with real-time information on promised shipping dates and products availability. Customer service is a valuable business activity, governing both resources and top management attention. Customer service is being offered in many forms, such as post-warranty support, fast repairs, etc. Demand management. Customer demand is the form of irregular order pattern is the largest source of variability. Given this variability in customers ordering, demand management is a key to effective SC process. Manufacturers are moving from push system to make to order mode. In such case, predicting or forecasting demand is the key driver on which all the supply-related decisions will depend. The demand management process must balance the customer's requirement with the firm's supply capabilities. Then customer order fulfillment. The key to effective SCM is to achieve high order fill rate. Order fill rate can be determined as percentage of orders fulfilled before or on the due set date by the customer. Performing the order fulfillment process effectively requires integration of firm, manufacturing, distribution, and transportation plants. Manufacturing flow management. This functional area decides how production should be organized and managed. Traditionally, production systems uses push strategy, but in a customer-focused environment, pull strategy is more effective. To implement pull system, manufacturing processes must be flexible to respond to the market changes. This requires the flexibility to perform rapid change over a commodity mass. Customization. Orders are processed on a just-in-time basis in minimum lot size. Procurement is concerned with buying and movement of materials, part of finished inventory from supplier location to manufacturing or assembly plants, warehouse or retail stores. Traditionally, procurement is carried out on the basis of bid and buy system, whereas in an integrated concept, long-term partnerships are developed with core group of suppliers. Product development and commercialization. In today's fast-moving environment, new products are lifeblood of a company. The firm to remain competitive, it has to sharpen products development times. This requires that customer and suppliers must be integrated into product development process. Then logistics marketing interface. Despite the realization by logistics and marketing managers that cooperation is essential, markets often criticizes logistics department for being cost minimizers, having no concern for customer needs, while logistics department accuses marketers of sharing sales at any cost. Therefore, it is essential that organizations identify area of agreement and potential conflict. Senior management must be taken to actively support cooperation between the two groups. Logistics and product life cycle, what we call it as PX, is a key marketing concept that affects the relationship between logistics and marketing. For different stages of PLC, that is introduction, growth, maturity, and decline, different levels of logistics support is required by marketing. In the introduction and growth stage, timely, cost-effective fulfillment of order is a major requirement in ensuring initial acceptance of the product. Later, As sales slow down, the product moves from maturity and decline stage. The company changes to trimming cost as the product faces stiff price competition and cost pressures to the market. Hence, there is a need for logistics manager to understand what marketing is trying to achieve with each product and why appropriate level of logistics support is required accordingly. What are the areas of logistics marketing interaction? The major area of interaction between logistics and marketing logistics, as proposed by Gentleman, first one is product design. This can have a major effect on this warehouse and transportation utilization, and therefore cost. Pricing. This is the means by which logistics services customer demands affects the overall cost of the product and in turn the organization's pricing policy. Market and sales forecast. Market forecast will largely dictate the level of logistics resources needed to move products to customers. Customer service policy. It is marketing. If marketing opts to offer a very reasonable level of service to the customer, logistics resources in the form of facilities and inventory will need to be very considerate. Then comes your number and location of warehouses. This is one of the finest areas of contention and can easily be resolved in marketing and logistics develop the policy jointly. Inventory policies, this is another area of contention as the decisions have a significant bearing on operational cost and the extent to which desired levels of customer services are achieved. It is another key area where policy should be developed jointly. Order processing. Responsibilities for who receives customer orders and the speed and efficiency with which they are processed has a major impact on operational cost and customers' perception of service levels. This is another area where joint policy making is preferred. Next one is channel of distribution. Decisions to deliver direct to the customers or through intermediaries will greatly influence the level of logistics resource required. As channel changes, so will the resources required. Logistics manufacturing interface. Manufacturing and logistics are interrelated, so no one can be considered in isolation. Decisions made in these two areas commit the organization to relatively long-lasting process structure and also determines the manner in which the business competes in its chosen markets. To maintain its competitive position in a dynamic industry, the manufacturing and logistics functions must respond positively by considering the manufacturing logistics network as a whole and continuous improvement programs coordinated across the various activities like delivery service, production priority control, and purchasing to exploit the synergy available. Customer service issues at logistics manufacturing. Customer service strategy is an ongoing process of increasing both the quality and number of links between the manufacturing organization and the customer. The whole emphasis in today's service intensified businesses are to increase a series of both human resource and information based technological relationships between customer and the organizational so that the better service and satisfaction to the customer can be realized. The issues at the manufacturing logistic interface for better customer services are demand forecasting. The general function of product forecasting is short to medium is to contribute to the process of ensuring the availability of stock for customers. This includes the use of distribution requirements planning, that is TPR, wherever appropriate, customer and supplier oriented system. Organizational systems will need to be directly related to the issues of how to bind the customers more tightly to the organization and how effectively integrate suppliers into the overall supply chain with the objective of enhancing customer service. The systems installed by organizations will need the capability to formally link the customers in a form that benefits both parties. Systems will also be required to link with suppliers in the manner which gives meaning to the concept of strategic alliance. Plant configuration. The location, nature, and operating performance of manufacturing facilities, central warehouse, and branch warehouses impact directly on both cost service and service levels. When the links between manufacturer and customers and manufacturers and suppliers are complete, a rethink of the logistics, that is supply chain network from supplier through to the customer will be required. And there are two reasons. Available technology, particular information technology, will allow certain branch or plants configuration previously ruled out to be feasible. There will be an ongoing need to reduce in real time the cost of the network. And moving further, that is now it is master production scheduling, that is MPS. The master production scheduling is an area where the number of parties, that is manufacturing, logistics, marketing, finance, have a vested interest. It is the single instrument which demonstrates the plant flow, finished goods inventory levels, customer service in terms of stock availability, machine utilization, capital utilization, labor productivity, output, and need for overtime, casual employees, and so on. The real power of MPS, however, is its potential to involve all interested parties in practice. When people from marketing, logistics, and manufacturing set and agree on a schedule, the result is supplier schedule. Now we move to Unit 2, which is related to customer focus and supply chain management. Supply chain management competency contributes to an organization's success by providing customers with timely and accurate product delivery. A customer is any delivery destination, from consumer homes to retail and warehouses business to the receiving docks of firms' manufacturing plant and warehouses. It is important to clearly understand customer service deliverables when establishing supply chain management strategies. The customer focused marketing is built on three fundamental concepts: the essence of marketing orientation to business policy, developing supply chain management competencies as strategic resources to customer service planning. And the third one is the changing nature of the most desired supply chain management practice to accommodate product life cycle requirements. Customer service. A customer focused strategy needs to accommodate and develop a combination of product and services that justifies customers. One of the key factors for successful marketing is the availability of the product and services to the customer when and where desired by them. The basic customer service is defined in terms of availability, performance, and reliability. If we start with availability, it is the capacity to offer inventory when demanded by the customer. Normally, this is achieved by stocking adequate inventory in the anticipation of demand and the information collected from the customers. Inventory stocking plans. It takes into consideration forecasted demand, sales popularity, importance of the product in the product line, and profitability and the value of marketers. Next is safety stock. It is kept to take care of demand forecast error and any unanticipated operational or delivery problems. The availability depends on three performance measures. First one is stock out frequency. Second one is fill rate. And the third one is orders shipped. Operational performance can be measured in terms of speed, consistency, flexibility, and malfunction and recovery. If we talk about speed, it is the time taken for executing an order. Consistency is it reflects the execution of large number of orders in expected delivery time. Organizations' ability to respond to unexpected situations or requests for unique customers shows the flexibility. And then comes your preventing malfunction and having contingency plans for prompt recovery can add value to customer service management. Reliability. It is one of the most important dimensions of customer service quality. Customers' confidence can be built by providing advanced, accurate information on the status of their orders rather than giving surprises. Lalorde and Zizzer suggested three dimensions of customer service. First one, as an activity that can be managed. Second one, in terms of performance level, it can be accurately measured. And the third one is at a philosophy of management, showing the importance of customer focused management. They defined customer service is a process for providing significant value added benefits to the supply chain in a cost effective way. Excellent customer service performance is likely to add value to the members of supply chain. A customer service programs needs to be evaluated of its performance through measures like goal attainment and relevance. Now, SCM issues related to functional and innovative products. Products can be classified into two categories, either primarily functional or primarily innovative based on their demand patterns. It helps a manager to understand the nature of demand of their products and devise the supply chain that it can best satisfy that. demand. The root cause of the problem faced by many supply chains is a mismatch between the type of products and type of supply chain. Functional products are the staples which satisfy basic needs, do not change, such over time, have stable, the predictable demand, logistic life cycles, and available at a wide range of retail outlets or grocery shops. Their stability invites competition and leads to lower profit margins. Each of these two functions incur physical cost, that is cost of the production, transportation, inventory storage, and the market mediation cost arising of markdown or lost sales opportunities and dissatisfied customers. Now, this table shows the functional versus innovative products. The first column is related to the aspects. Second one is the demand, and the third one is unpredictable demand. That is what we call it as innovative. We start with for a predictable demand, and it is related to functional cost. The product life cycle will be more than 2 years. This is the assumption. Contribution margin is 5 to 20%. Product variety is low. Average margin of error in the forecast at the time production is committed 10%. Average stock runout is 1 to 2%. And average forced end of session markdown as percentage of full price. It is not there. And lead time required for made to order products is from 6 months to 1 year. And if we talk about innovative part, that is unpredictable demand. Here, product life cycle is 3 months to 1 year. Contribution margin is 20% to 60%. And our product variety is high. It's often millions of variants per category. Average stock out rate is 10 to 40%. Average forced end of season markdown as percentage of full price is 10% to 25%. And lead time is 1 day to 2 days. A global brand can be greatly benefited by having gathered knowledge of customers and their choices through channel partners and can create global products which may need to be adapted as per the local preferences. Efficient consumer response, what we call it as ECR, uh, it is a concept which is related to a strategic choice for many organizations to survive, grow in the current business environment, which is driven by competition, speed, technology, customer satisfaction, and ever-changing customer preferences. ECR provides a competitive advantage to differentiate from other players. ECR includes the following strategies. First, widespread implementation of EDI, that is electronic data input, up and down the supply chain, both between supplier and the manufacturers, manufacturer and the distributor, distributor and the customer. Greater use of point of sale, that is POS, data obtained by greater and more accurate use of barcoding. Cooperative relationship between manufacturer, distribution, suppliers, and customers. Continuous replenishment of inventory and flow through distribution, which can be done by just in time or cross dock. And the fifth one is improved product management and promotions. One of the most beneficial aspects of ECR would be building relationships with the customers. Customer satisfaction improves as customer gets what he wants. Capturing database of customers through a smart card device and link it to his purchase patterns in terms of items, quantity, size, and time, offering volume or value-based incentives. Make use of such database to forecast future demand and thereby achieving better customer service and less stock out situations. Inform customers of new arrivals through direct mails. ECR movement, which followed another movement called quick response in textile or apparel industry, initially started in grocery industry to respond to the following customer expectations most efficiently and effectively. They get what they want when they want it and as much quantity as they need. They get it at the most competitive price. They achieve satisfaction or delight through customer value addiction. They feel good for having received attention and they feel happy being cared for. And they enjoy being listened to and being served quickly. In order to fulfill these expectations, organizations will be required to reorient and review the areas like structure and systems, people, skill, values and culture, resources and leadership. With this, I will be stopping over here and in my next session I will be continuing from this.